Hello beautiful, welcome to today's tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Chisom. On today's video we will be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful Ankara kimono jacket together with the short. If you're interested in learning how to go about this, get your 2 years of Ankara fabric. Let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to be using these beautiful two different prints. I'll be using this one for the short and I'll be using this for the jacket. And I have this crepe that I'll be using for the collar on the jacket. Okay, this fabric I have here is like one yard each, so I'm going to be managing it. So I'll be using this one for the upper part, that's the jacket. Okay, now what I have on fold is my hip circumference divided by 4 plus 2 inches extra. That is exactly what I have here folded. Okay, now what I'm going to do first is to mark my 3 inches neck width, 3 inches here, and for the back neck depth I'll be using 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, I'll curve it out like this. This is neck depth for the back. Now for the front, I'm going to come down by my bust point. I'll come down by my bust point line, 10.5. On that 10.5 points I made there, I'll go in by ½ inch. Now I'll take this ½ inch mark I made here to this neck width, from here to here. Now I'm going to take the ½ inch down. The front neckline will be slit open. Now I'll take my shoulder divide by 2 plus my sleeve length. Shoulder divide by 2, 8. My shoulder is here. Okay, now the sleeve length is 6 inches. I have 6 inches here. It's not much. I'm also going to be adding 2 inches band to this, making it 8 inches, so it's actually okay for me. So I will exhaust what I have here. Now on this side I will come down by 10 inches for my sleeve opening. On this mark right here, I will measure my bust divide by 4 and I'll be adding extra 2 inches to it. Okay, now I'm going to curve this out. I'm just going to blend here. It's already blended. I'll take it all the way down. This is it. I'll go ahead and cut it. Cut out the back first. Cutting the back neckline. Then I'll come and trim from the sleeve area. For my shoulder drop, I'll come down by ½ inch and I'll connect it to the neckline. Now I'm going to trim off this place. I'm going to take one out, which is going to be the back, so I'll be able to trim off the front neckline. Okay, so I took out the one without the mark, so I'll go ahead and trim off this place. So this is the front. I'll place the back on the front like this. I'll join them at the shoulder. I'll go now and join them. I've joined them at the shoulders. Okay, this is it. And I cut out this fabric to use as a pocket for the front. Okay, I've already prepared this one. Now here is how I cut it. The length is 16 inches. So on fold I'll have 8 inches and the width is 8 inches. So 16 inches length, 8 inches width. So what I did is I folded it like this. I sewed the 2 open edges and I turned it out. Then I ironed it. Now after ironing, this is what I have. Okay, so to attach the pockets, to fix the pockets is only on the front piece. So we are going to do this before we join the sides. Okay, now this is it. I'm going to come down from my shoulder by my waist measurement, my waistline measurement. So from the top of the shoulder I'll come down by 17 inches. That is my shoulder to waist. Okay, now this is the pocket. This folded part will be at the down part. Now the closed part is at the top. Okay, now I'm going to place it like this, slant it a little bit, not straight. I'm not putting it straight. I'm slanting it a little bit like this. Now I'm going to top stitch on the sides, on the two sides. Now the down part, you fold it in and top stitch. That way you have a neat finish inside your pocket. Okay, so top stitch on the two sides and on the down part. So I'll sew it and I'll arrange this one and sew it as well. Right now I have attached the pocket. It's coming out fine. Everything is coming out fine. Make sure the space you have from here to here is the same space you have from here to here, and also on the down part as well, so that the pocket will be equal. All right, so the next thing to do is I'm going to measure from the down part. Okay, I'll measure around it all through like this to the other side. So I'll go ahead and measure it now. I'll measure from here. So after taking the measurement round, what I have is 68 inches. I'm going to cut a fabric from the crepe fabric, the black crepe fabric. I'm going to cut 68 inches length and 5 inches width, so that by the time I fold it, it will give me 2.5. When I now use the 0.5 inches to join it, I'll have 2 inches as my collar. I'll measure around the sleeve opening. So after measuring, what I have on the sleeve opening is 19.5 inches. I'll also go ahead and cut the fabric at once. I'll cut for the collar and I'll cut for the sleeve. Okay, 5 inches width, 19.5 inches length, 5 inches width, 68 inches length. I've cut them out, and this is for the neck collar, and these are for the two sleeves, the band for the two sleeves. If I open it up, I have 5 inches. I actually infused interfacing inside to give it a little bit of structure. Now unfold is 2.5 inches. By the time I go ahead and join it with ½ inch, it will now remain 2 inches. I open up the sleeve like this, and I'm going to place the band like this, and I'll sew it from one end to the other end. After sewing, I'll shift it out and top stitch on it to make it relax. I'll do it for this part and also for the other parts. I'm also going to be attaching the collar the same way I attach the band. Okay, I'll place it like this from one end. I'll sew it round to the other end, and remember, I cut this in excess, so I have nothing to worry about whether it will be enough or not. Okay, so I'm going to sew it now. After sewing, I'll take it out like this and I'll top stitch to make it relax. I'm done attaching the collar and the band. This is what it's looking like. This is the inside, what it's looking like. I trimmed off the excess. Make sure you trim off the excess so the collar will be able to relax properly. All right, now the next step I'm going to take is I will flip it over and I'll join it from the sleeve down to the hem. You can join it with ½ inch or 1 inch, depending on how open you want the sleeve to be. Okay, so I'll join this side and I'll join this side. Then I'll fold in the hem. Right now I'm done joining them at the sides, and what is left now is to cut the shorts. So I'll fold my fabric now to cut out the shorts. Alright, I've folded my fabric for the shorts. My fabric is on 4 folds. Okay, I'm going to be marking out for the front and the back. The length is 19 inches. The length of this short is 19 inches. Now I'm going to rule a line here. This is going to be the side. From this side, I'll measure my hips divide by 4. I'll come in by quarter of my hips measurement. My hips divide by 4. Now I'll go down from the top by my crotch depth, and I'll be adding 1 inch to my actual crotch depth. It's a free short, it's not very fitted. And on that point, I'll also mark my hips divide by 4. I'm going to make that into a straight line. Now on that crotch line, I will extend it by 4.5 inches. And I'll add 1 inch sewing allowance. I'm going to connect with a free hand to blend into this line. Just use your free hand and blend it the way it will appear fine to you. Now on the lower part, I'll measure what I have from this point to the side. I have 16.5. I'm going to take off 2 inches and I'll put 15.5 here. Now I'll connect the point to this point like this. I'll come in by 1 inch here and I'll blend it into this line. Mark it out just to give the side a little bit of curve, even though this is not very necessary. Okay, so this is it. I'll add 1 inch sewing allowance for on the side. Now this is what I have. I'll go ahead and cut out this shape. So I'll take out 2. Now let's say this is the front. We are going to be reducing the front crotch and the front waist. Here I'll come down by 1 inch. I'll trim that off. For the crotch, I'll come in by 2 inches. Here I'll come in by ½ inch. Then I'll take the 2 inches to meet the ½ inch. You all know that our front crotch is smaller than the back, so I'm going to trim it off. So now this is the front. Okay, so right now I'll go and join the front crotch together and I'll join the back crotch together. I've joined the crotch together for the front and the back piece. Okay, the next thing I'll do, I'll go now and hem the lower part. After hemming the 4 pieces, you know there are 2 trouser legs. Okay, after hemming the 4 parts, I'll come and join them at the crotch area. Make sure the crotch are matching. Then I will join from one end to the other end. I've joined the crotch together. Like I said earlier, I hemmed the lower part. Next thing left is to close the sides. Okay, I'll close the sides with the 1 inch allowance I added and close this other side, but I will not close it to the top. I'll leave a space of about 3 inches so that I will fold it in and stitch it down. Then I cut out this elastic of 20 inches. Okay, that is what I'm going to be using. After I fold this upper part, after I fold it and stitch, then I will place this elastic on the wrong side. I'll place it on the wrong side, that's inside the short. Then I'll sew it and I'll be stretching the elastic as I'm sewing. Okay, I'll be stretching the elastic so it will be gathering the waistline. I have attached the elastic and this is how it's looking like right now. This is the wrong side, this is the right side. Okay, this is the right side. When you're sewing, please make sure you drag the elastic very well. So after sewing on the top, you now sew on the down part. So that is what I did. That is why it's giving me this wavy crunchy effect. Okay, so now I'll go straight to the sewing machine and close the remaining part. and the short is ready to be rocked with any top of your choice. Okay, alright guys, thank you so much for watching to the end of today's video. If you found this video helpful, kindly give this video a thumbs up. Click on the subscribe button if you're here to subscribe. Click on notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new videos. Share this video with your friends and family, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.